My child, stop for a moment. Just stop right now. Don't keep scrolling. Don't move on. Don't tell yourself you'll come back later, because later so often becomes never. I have not stepped into this moment of your life by chance. I am here because this is the exact moment I need you. Not an hour from now. Not tomorrow, but now. You can feel it, can't you? Something inside you feels different today. A little calmer, a little more open. It's as if a part of you has been waiting since this morning for someone to finally speak the words you were afraid to hear, or even ask. That part of you already knows this moment is not an accident, and it is right. I ask you for only one thing. Give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Not your whole day. Not all your strength. Only this one breath. Only this one moment when the world loosens its grip on you long enough for you to feel me again. While you have been living with all that noise inside, while you have been carrying everything alone, I never left. I have been here the whole time. I have seen it all, and I know how exhausted you are. I know how many times you felt me touching your heart, yet you told yourself, maybe later. I know how often you delayed this conversation, not because you didn't want it, but because life felt too loud, too heavy, and too full to stop and listen. But this moment is different. Something inside you is more open now. Something within you recognized these words before your mind could understand them. It already knows something about you. I am not far away. I am right here. I am reaching toward you in a way you may not be able to explain, but you cannot ignore. Stay with me for a little while. Let me quiet everything around you. Let me calm the noise within you right now, in this very moment, in this very breath, while your soul is finally still enough to welcome me. My child, let me tell you why I entered your day like this. Why did I touch your morning with that sudden feeling you noticed deep inside before you even understood it? Why did these words find you while your thoughts were wandering and your heart felt so heavy? For a long time you have carried a burden so quietly that you hardly admit how difficult it really is. You move through each day with an unseen weight on your shoulders. A weight you hide so you can keep going. A weight you cover with laughter, routines, busyness, and a strength that quietly wears you down whenever you are alone. Your body is not the only thing that is tired. Your soul is tired too. You are not only overwhelmed on the outside, you are deeply worn down inside. You have been carrying something that was never meant for you to carry by yourself. You kept holding on because you did not want to trouble anyone. You kept saying you were fine even while something inside you was breaking apart. You walked through pain without stopping to face it. You lived through loss without allowing yourself to truly grieve. You passed through loneliness while pretending it was not there. You were afraid of falling apart, so you stopped letting yourself feel too deeply. You did not want to collapse, so you closed your heart so tightly that even happiness struggled to enter. You carried emotional wounds instead of allowing them to heal. You lived with constant exhaustion without truly resting. You held on to grief without finding healing. You carried responsibilities that pressed so heavily on your soul that you forgot what it felt like to breathe without pressure. To keep going, you became silent. You ignored your own needs so you would not feel weak. You kept yourself distracted so you would not have to face the pain inside your heart. You stayed busy so you would not have time to think. You continued moving forward even after something inside you had broken. You kept saying everything was fine, but little by little you drifted into a place where I could hardly reach you. You never turned away from me. You were only trying to protect yourself in the only way you knew. I saw you all. I watched you quietly trying to keep your heart from breaking. That is why I came into this moment. Not to become another voice in all the noise, but because you were so close to losing something precious, and I could not let you keep going without stopping you. Brothers and sisters, YouTube has demonetized this channel. Every video is now made at our own cost with zero ad revenue. Every script, edit, and upload is done by a real team serving this ministry with their time and skills, not for a paycheck, but out of love for God and for you. Without your support, continuing this work becomes incredibly difficult. If this ministry has brought value to your life, now is your chance to invest back and help keep the Word of God reaching the world. If these messages have ever moved you or strengthened your faith, please support us on Ko-Fi. Even a small gift goes a long way. The link is pinned in the comments. If you are watching on TV, open your phone camera and scan the QR code on screen. It takes you straight to our support page. Pray over it, and if God leads you, give. Thank you. My child, you did not drift away all at once. There were no loud warnings. It happened quietly, slowly, one step at a time. One small compromise after another, one missed moment after another, one delayed conversation after another. That is what happens when life becomes too loud, when emotions grow too heavy, and when too many thoughts fill your mind. You did not pull away because you wanted to leave me. You pulled away because you spent more time surviving than truly living. You became used to the silence. But I watched the silence inside you become emptier and emptier. I saw your hope grow weaker. I watched your connection with the parts of yourself that once felt alive slowly disappear. I saw you sink into a kind of emotional emptiness, and I could not leave you there without reaching out my hand. You know how easy it is to believe that shutting down is protection, that feeling less will hurt less, and that hoping less will keep disappointment from breaking you. Maybe you accepted that idea a long time ago, but becoming numb is not really protection. It is a price, and you have been paying it every day without even realizing how much it has cost you. I am not judging you for any of this. I understand why you closed yourself off. I understand why you locked away parts of your heart. I understand why you stopped expecting so much from life. I understand why you told yourself, don't feel, don't hope, don't trust. Don't let yourself be hurt again. You believed that becoming numb would protect you from pain, but instead it kept you from receiving what was already on its way to you. My child, I need you to understand this clearly. Heaven prepared this moment for you not an hour ago, not tomorrow, and not sometime later. This moment, this very one, was chosen, planned, and prepared especially for your heart. Every second of your life has brought you to these words. Every exhausting night, every silent tear, every prayer that seemed unanswered, every whisper spoken in the darkness, every time you felt alone, every moment you believed no one noticed you, every season when you thought your life had stopped moving, all of it has led you here, to this breath, this pause, this meeting with me. It is not an accident. It is not luck. It is not a mistake. I placed this moment into the story of your life because your heart needed it. I brought you here because you were sinking under responsibility, noise, pain, and exhaustion, only moments away from falling even deeper into emotional emptiness. I arranged this time because the blessing coming to you requires you to wake up inside, to breathe again, to feel again, and to reconnect with me once more. My child, come closer to this moment, because I want to speak to the deepest places within you, the places you have learned to hide even from yourself. I want to speak about your pain, the pain you buried, the pain you minimized, the pain you carried quietly because you believe no one loved you enough to help you carry it. I have watched you hold together the broken pieces of your heart with shaking hands, acting as if everything was fine, acting as if you were strong, pretending that this heavy weight was not pressing against your chest the way it truly was. But I saw everything. I saw the sorrow that broke you and left wounds that never fully healed. I saw the moments when someone you trusted betrayed that trust. I saw the times when someone you loved walked away. I saw the moments when you opened your heart to someone and they handled it carelessly. I saw how deeply those things hurt you. I watched you keep moving forward while you were still bleeding inside. I saw you continue smiling while your heart was breaking behind your eyes. You tell yourself the chapter is over. But the truth is, you have carried the echo of that wound much longer than you want to admit. You still carry that pain quietly, staying away from certain memories, certain hopes, and certain dreams because you are afraid of feeling that same hurt again. You built walls not because you do not want to love, but because you are afraid of being broken once more. I heard everything. Nothing escaped my heart. I heard the words you never spoke aloud. I heard the thoughts you felt ashamed to admit. I heard the fears you carried in silence because you did not want to trouble anyone or seem weak. I heard the quiet questions hidden deep inside you. What if I cannot do this? What if I fail again? What if someone hurts me again? What if nothing ever changes? What if no one truly cares? What if everything I am hoping for never happens? You never spoke those words aloud, but you whispered them inside while trying to stay standing, trying to look strong, brave, and calm even as storms rage within you, and you did not know how to quiet them. Every one of those silent fears reached me. Not one was missed. I heard the dreams you buried, not because you no longer wanted them, but because you became tired of fighting for something that always seemed to slip away. You buried dreams of real joy because joy felt too uncertain. You buried dreams of love because your heart had been broken too many times. You buried dreams of a better future because disappointment had worn you down. You buried dreams of healing because you did not believe you could survive another heartbreak. You buried dreams of purpose because you felt lost. You buried dreams of peace because chaos seemed stronger than hope. You hid dreams that were once full of life and slowly convinced yourself it was easier to stop wanting them. But I saw you bury them with shaking hands. I saw you hide them because the pain of hoping became too great. And I have kept those dreams safe for you. They are not dead. They have only been waiting for the moment when your heart can carry hope again. I heard every prayer you whispered with a trembling heart. You prayed quietly while your chest felt tight, while your hands shook, while tears filled your eyes. You whispered, "Please help me," so softly that even you could hardly hear your own voice. You prayed, "I cannot do this alone. Give me strength. Please do not let me fall apart." You prayed with a level of desperation that no one else ever saw. Every one of those prayers reached my heart like the cry of a child looking for comfort. I never ignored them. I never pushed them aside. I did not wait for a louder prayer or a stronger voice. Your quiet whisper was enough to move heaven. I heard every word more clearly than you could ever imagine. I know the weight you carry each morning. I know the burden you feel the moment you open your eyes. I know the pressure that settles on your chest before you even take your first deep breath. I know that some mornings feel like stepping into a battle you never chose. I know that every new day brings responsibilities you do not feel ready to face, emotions you have not yet worked through, and questions that still have no answers. I know how many times you gather all your strength before getting out of bed. I know how you keep moving forward with strength you no longer feel, wearing a face that hides everything you fear other people would never understand. I know that every morning carries a quiet burden. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is sadness. Sometimes it is an emptiness deep inside because you do not know whether the day will bring peace or more pain. You believe no one noticed how hard it was just to make it through another morning. You believe no one noticed you taking a deep breath just to keep going. You thought no one understood how difficult it was to simply face another day. But I knew. I watched you every single morning. I was with you when you woke up feeling empty. I stayed beside you when yesterday's weight was still resting on your heart. I stood near you when you had to force yourself out of bed, even though deep inside you wanted to stay under the blanket and disappear from everything. I quietly placed my hand on your spirit, giving you strength without you even realizing it came from me. You do not know how many days you made it through only because I was holding your heart together. You do not know how many times despair tried to swallow you but failed because my presence surrounded you. You do not know how often you believed you carried yourself when I was actually carrying you. I kept your heart alive through every day and every night. I became your strength when you had none. I became your peace when your thoughts were too loud. I became your comfort when loneliness echoed inside you. I protected you when darkness tried to reach you. I supported you when life became too heavy. But, my child, I need you to understand something. Your pain never made me distant. It touched my heart. Your silent suffering never pushed me away. It drew me closer. Your fear never separated you from me. It awakened my compassion. Your emptiness never offended me. It broke my heart for you. Your disappointments never made me turn away. They made me hold you even more closely. You have never been too much for me. Your emotions have never overwhelmed me. Your questions have never frightened me. Your tiredness has never been a burden to me. Everything you carried, every hurt, every fear, every tear brought you nearer to me, never farther away. Please support our channel. Our mission is to bring joy, peace, and devotion to God into your life. You can encourage and support this mission through super thanks. I saw you crying quietly in the darkness, hoping the silence would hide your tears before anyone noticed. I saw you staying alone in your room because you did not want anyone to see how broken you felt. I watched you wipe away your tears quickly so no one would ask questions. I saw you weep in silence, in the only place where you felt safe enough to fall apart. I saw you hold your chest because the pain was too deep to explain with words. I heard you whisper, "Does anyone really care?" I saw every pain you carried alone. Every one of those moments touched my heart. Not with anger, but with love, because I never wanted you to believe you had to carry it all by yourself. When the world did not hear you, I did. When others failed to notice your broken heart, I noticed. When no one understood your pain, I understood. When you felt invisible, my eyes were on you. When you felt unimportant, I valued you. When you felt unwanted, I held you in my arms. When you felt forgotten, I spoke your name before heaven. When you felt without hope, I surrounded your mind with strength that helped you keep going. When you felt empty inside, I guarded your heart from being destroyed. When you felt completely overwhelmed, I gave you a quiet grace that you did not even notice. My child, let me speak to you about something that has troubled you for a long time. It is the feeling that your life has been delayed, blocked, slowed down, or held back in ways you cannot understand. You have looked at your life and asked, "Why do things not happen for me the way they seem to happen for others?" You have wondered why doors that looked perfect suddenly closed. You asked why the people you believed would stay walked away. You wondered why opportunities slipped through your hands even after you prayed with all your heart. You asked why every step forward seemed to meet a force pushing you backward. You looked ahead and the road seemed covered with fog, as though you were walking into the unknown without direction, without understanding, and without answers to the questions you brought to me. But I want to tell you the truth about delays, endings, and pauses that hurt you so much. None of them were punishment. Every one of them with protection. Write in the comments, "Lord, thank you for holding my hand," if you felt His presence, and share this video. My child, when I closed a door before you, you saw rejection. I saw another path. When I removed people from your life, you saw betrayal. I saw room being made for something better. When I delayed answering your prayer, you saw silence. I saw preparation. Remember Joseph, thrown into a pit by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and placed in prison. During those years, every dream seemed buried, every hope looked finished. Yet I was preparing him for a place he could never have reached any other way. What looked like betrayal became the road to his purpose. What looked like a prison became his place of learning. What looked like the ending became only the beginning. It is the same with you. Seasons that feel like loss are not signs that I abandoned you. They are seasons of preparation. I bring good even out of the things you cannot understand. Remember Job. He lost everything that seemed important. His questions were real. His pain was great. His dark nights were real, yet in the end he knew me more deeply than ever before. It was not only his possessions that were restored. He himself became different, deeper, wiser, and more firmly rooted. What looked like complete destruction became the foundation for what I was building. It is the same with you. What you are carrying is not the end. It is the beginning of a work I have already started. Remember Sarah. She laughed when she heard the promise of a child because her body was already old, because many years had passed, and because the hope inside her had become too painful even to speak about. Is anything too hard for God? Where life seemed impossible, I brought life. Where there had only, in long silence, laughter returned. Not the laughter of surprise alone, but the deep joy of someone who finally understood. I have been watching you this whole time. I did not forget you. My timing is simply not the same as yours. It is the same with you. There are things you call dead, hopes you believe can never happen, dreams you set aside because you thought time had run out. To me, they are only waiting for their appointed moment. And remember Lazarus. 4 days in the tomb. Not 1 day, not 2, but 4. By every human measure, there was no reason to hope anymore. Yet I still called, Lazarus, come out. My voice brought life beyond what anyone believed was possible. What looks dead to you today is not dead to me. I hold it in my hands, waiting for the right moment when you are ready to receive it. Not in the way it once was, but in a better, deeper, truer form, one that fits the purpose for which I created you. My child, there is one more thing I want to tell you. You have looked at other people and compared your life with theirs. You have watched them move ahead while you felt as if you were standing still. You have seen others receive the very things you have been praying for over many years. You saw blessings in other people's lives, and inside you there was a quiet mix of tiredness and wondering. When will you remember me? I heard that question, and my answer is now, not later. My answer is that I have always seen you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not losing a race that I never created. You are walking your own path, and that path was prepared for you long before you started doubting it. Comparison tells you that I am unfair, that I work by chance, and that my love is greater for some than for others. But that is not true. My love for you is no smaller than my love for someone whose life seems better in this season. Every garden blooms in its own season. Please support our channel and press the bell so you do not miss the next message. It may come when you need it most. My child, I want to tell you something important about what is happening in your life right now. You think you are only waiting, but you are doing much more than waiting. You are being changed. Waiting is not wasted time. It is a season when I work in the deepest places of your heart. Remember the mustard seed. It is so small that it can easily be overlooked, yet it carries great power. Every time you whisper, I still believe, even with a shaking voice, I am shaping your heart to become more like mine. Every day that you kept moving forward instead of giving up, even under heavy burdens, I was building something inside you. You do not always notice it because real growth rarely feels powerful. Most often it happens quietly on ordinary days when you simply keep believing even though you cannot see what lies ahead. But I can see. I notice every step you take. Every time you refuse to turn away, every moment you hold on to even the smallest thread of hope, nothing escapes my eyes. Many things have changed you and you do not realize how deeply they have shaped you. Betrayal changed the way you see people. Loss changed what truly matters to you. Long dark nights showed you that there is something inside you that the outside world cannot destroy. You call them wounds. I call them depth. What you went through did not simply happen around you. It passed through you and left you not shattered, but more genuine. More compassionate because you know what darkness feels like. More patient because you understand waiting without seeing progress. More able to trust because your faith has been tested and remain. I have not wasted a single day of your life. Not one. My child, let me speak to you about fear. You have carried it for so long that it almost feels like part of who you are. Fear of failing. Fear of never being enough. Fear of opening your heart again and being hurt again. Fear of hoping again only to face disappointment. You learned to protect yourself. You built walls that looked like strength but were really shields against pain. I understand why you did that. But I want you to know this. Fear has never built anything lasting. It may protect you from hurt, but it can also keep you from the life you long for. Fear says, do not try because you might fall, yet the story of every person I used is the story of someone who kept moving even while afraid. Abraham was afraid. Moses was afraid. Jeremiah was afraid. Esther was afraid, yet she still went before the king. Peter was afraid, yet he stood up and preached. Mary was afraid, yet she said, let it be to me according to your word. I am not asking you to stop feeling fear. I am asking you to keep walking even with it. Many times the place where fear says no is exactly where something worth everything begins. My child, you are more than someone who simply survived. You are someone who hath been shaped. Nothing you have gone through has been meaningless. It has all been used. Every tear, every sleepless night, every prayer that seemed to disappear into silence, all of it has been used. Not because I enjoy seeing your pain, but because what I have prepared for you needed someone with this kind of depth, this kind of determination, and this understanding of darkness so that you could carry light into it. You were not only protected, you were prepared. What is coming to you is not just the answer to your prayers. It is also the meeting with the person you became while you were waiting for that answer. But, my child, there is something else I need to tell you, maybe the most important part of everything we have talked about. You believe you must fix yourself before you come to me. You think you must remove your doubts first, stop being afraid first, become more worthy first, or feel something special before you can come close to me. That is not true. I am not waiting for a perfect version of you. I am waiting for the real you. The tax collector in the temple did not even lift his eyes. You only prayed, God, have mercy on me, a sinner, and he was the one who went home accepted. You do not need perfect words when you come to me. Come with shaking hands, an empty heart, a quiet voice, and a confused mind. I receive all of it. That is enough. I meet you exactly where you are, not where you think you should be. My child, an important moment in your life is coming. I am not saying this only to raise your hopes. I am saying it because I want you to be ready to receive it. Something you have prayed for is moving toward you. Something prepared with your name on it. Something planned before you even knew you would need it. But to receive it, you must be awake. Not awake through perfection, and not because everything in your life is in order, but awake by being present, open inside, and ready to breathe again, not only with your body, but also with your soul. The blessing that is coming to you cannot enter a closed heart. It enters a heart that has finally opened. It allowed me to do what I have always wanted to do. You came so close to missing this moment. Tiredness quietly grew. Fear kept whispering. You almost closed your heart just as something important was about to arrive. That is why I stepped into your day today. I could not let you pass by without stopping you. My child, I want you to do one simple thing. Place your hand over your heart right now. Not because it is a ritual, but because I want you to feel that it is still beating. After every difficult night, every season of silence, every painful moment, and every doubt, it is still beating. That is not by chance. It is not automatic. It is me, the one who has kept you, who has held you together, who never allowed you to completely fall apart even when you believe you already had. You are alive. Not only in body, but in the deepest way that matters. You can still feel. You can still hope. You can still open your heart again. That is where you begin. Not with perfection, not with all the answers, and not with complete confidence. Simply with this truth. You are here. You are listening. You are still able to feel. That is enough. Remember this the next time fear returns, when it seems that nothing is changing again, when your heart wants to close once more, and when the voice tells you, you are not worthy. This is not for you. It is too late. Remember this moment. Remember that I entered your day, this very day, to tell you that I see you, I hear you, and I have not forgotten you. The prayers you believed were too weak still reach me. The dreams you believe had died are still safe with me. The pain you carried by yourself never escaped my notice. What is coming toward you is real, more real than your doubts, more real than your weariness, and more real than every lie that has tried to convince you otherwise. My child, you have never walked this journey alone. Even during your darkest nights, I was not watching from far away. I was beside you, unseen but completely real. Every time you felt an unexplainable strength to keep going, it was me. Every time something inside whispered, "Do not give up," it was me. Every time morning came after your hardest night and you somehow found the strength to stand again, it was me. You thought you survived by yourself, but we walked together all along. You simply could not see it clearly until now. From this moment, you can move forward with a new understanding. Not just to survive life, but to truly live it, knowing that the one for whom nothing is impossible walks beside you. My child, the light I placed inside you was never meant to stay only with you. You have walked through darkness, so you know what darkness feels like. You know what it means to search and not find an answer. You know what it means to carry pain with no one beside you. That is why you can become something you could never have been before. Not because you are perfect, but because you are real.